Hare Krishna. Isn't it too loud? Is it too loud? Or no? Or what? Okay. See, it's a bit louder. Okay. Um, so we're reading from Srimad Bhagavatam, Canto 4, Chapter 24, verse 61. That's on the board. Yo mayayedam pururupaya srijat. Yo mayayedam pururupaya srijat. Bivarti bhuya shapayatya vikriyaha. Yadveda buddhi savidatma dustaya. Tvamatma tantram bhagavan pratimahi. Prabhuji. Yo mayayedam pururupaya srijat. Bibharati bhuya shapayatya vikriyaha. Yadveda buddhi savidatma dustaya. Tvamatma tantram bhagavan pratimahi. Yo mayayedam pururupaya srijat. Bibharti bhuya shapayatya vikriya. Yadveda buddhi sadivatma dustaya. Tvamatma tantram bhagavan pratimahi. Yamayedam pururupaya srijat. Bibharti bhuya shapayatya vikriyaha. Yadveda buddhi sadivatma dustaya. Tvamatma tantram bhagavan pratimahi. Mataji. Yo mayayedam pururupaya srijat. Bibharti bhuya shapayatya vikriya. Yadveda buddhi swavidatma dustaya. Tvamatma tantram bhagavan pratimahi. Yo mayayedam pururupaya srijat. Bibharti bhuya shapayatya vikriyaha. Yadveda buddhi savidatma dustaya. Tvamatma tantram bhagavan pratimahi. Ya, one who. Maya, by his energy. Idam, this. Puru, manifold. Rupaya, manifestation. Asarjat, created. Bibhartihi, maintenance. Bhuyaya, again. Kaspayati, annihilates, avikriyaha, without being altered, yat, that, bheda buddhi, sense of differentiation, sat, eternal, iva, like, atma dushtaya, giving trouble to oneself, tvam, onto you, atma tantram, fully self-independent, Bhagavan, O Lord, Supreme Personality of Godhead, Prati, Mahi, I can understand. Translation. My dear Lord, you have manifold energies, and these energies are manifested in manifold forms. With such energies, you have also created this cosmic manifestation, and although you maintain it as if it is were permanent, you ultimately annihilate it. Although you are never disturbed by such changes and alterations, the living entities are disturbed by them, and therefore they find the cosmic manifestation to be different or separated from you. My Lord, you are always independent, and I can clearly see that in fact. Purport by Srila Prabhupada ki jai. It is clearly explained that Lord Krishna has multi-energies which can be grouped into three, namely into external energy and the internal energy and marginal energy. There are also different cosmic manifestations, namely the spiritual world and material world, as well as different type of living entities. Some living entities are conditioned and others are eternally free. The eternally free living entities are called Nitya Mukta, for they never come in contact with the material energy. However, some living entities are conditioned in this material world, and thus they think themselves separated from the Supreme Lord. Due to this contact with the material energy, their existence is always troublesome. Being always in distress, the conditioned soul consider the material energy to be very disturbing. This fact is explained by the Vaishnava Kavi or poet. Krishna bhule se jiva anandi bahirmukhe ateva maya tare deya samsara dukkha. When the living entities forgets the Supreme Lord and wants to enjoy himself independently, imitating the Supreme Lord, he is captured by the false notion that he is the enjoyer and is separated from the Supreme Lord. This material energy is therefore very much troublesome to the spiritual energy, the living entity. But the material energy is never troublesome to the Supreme Lord. Indeed, for the Supreme Lord, both material and spiritual energy are the same. In this verse, Lord Shiva explains that the material energy is never troublesome to the Supreme Lord. The Supreme Lord is always independent, but because the living entities are not independent, due to their false idea of becoming independently happy, the material energy is troublesome. Consequently, the material energy creates differentiation. Because the Mayavadi philosopher cannot understand this, they want to be relieved from the material energy. However, because a Vaishnava philosopher is in full knowledge of the Supreme Personality of Godhead, he finds no disturbance even in the material energy. This is because he knows how to utilize the material energy for the service of the Lord. In the government, the criminal department and the civil department may appear different in the eyes of the citizens, but in the eyes of the government, both departments are one and the same. The criminal department is troublesome for the criminal, but not for the obedient citizen. Similarly, this material energy is troublesome for the conditioned soul, but it has nothing to do with the liberated souls who are engaged in the service of the Lord. Through the Purusha Avatara, Mahavishnu, the Supreme Personality of Godhead, creates the whole cosmic manifestation simply by breathing out all the universes. The Lord creates and maintains the cosmic manifestation as Lord Vishnu. Then as Sankarsana, he annihilates the cosmic manifestation. Yet, despite the creation, maintenance, and destruction of the cosmos, the Lord is not affected. The various activities of the Lord must be very disturbing to the tiny living entities, but since the Lord is supremely great, he is never affected. Lord Shiva or any other pure devotee can see this clearly without being blinded by Bheda Buddhi or differentiation. For a devotee, the Lord is the supreme spirit soul since he is supremely powerful. His various powers are also spiritual. For a devotee, there is nothing material, for material existence only means forgetfulness of the Supreme Personality of Godhead. Srila Prabhupada ki jai. Om Ajnanatimirandasya Jnananjana Shalakaya Chakshuran Militam Yena Tasmai Shri Gurave Namah. Shri Chaitanya Manobhishtam Sthapitam Yena Bhutale Swayam Rupak Kadamayam Dadati Swapadantikam. Vandeham Shri Guru Shri Utapada Kamalam Shri Gurun Vaishnavamscha Shri Rupam Sagrajatam Sahagana Raghunathan Vitam Tam Sajiva Sadvaitam Savadutam Parijana Sahitam Krishna Chaitanya Devam Shri Radha Krishna Padan Sahagana Lalita Shri Vishakhan Vitamscha He Krishna Karuna Sindhu Dinabandho Jagatpate Gopesha Gopika Kanta Radha Kanta Namosute Tapta Kanchana Gaurangi Radhe Vrindavaneshwari Vrishabhanusute Devi Pranamami Hari Priya Vancha Kalpatarubhyasya Kripa Sindhubhye Vachavaditanam Pavanebhyo Vaishnavebhyo Namo Namah Anantakoti Vaishnava Vrinda Ki Jai Namo Vishnupadaya Krishna Sai Mandari Hare Krishna. So we are looking into chapter 24, where this is called Rudra Gita, where Lord Shiva is glorifying Supreme Personality of Godhead. And this somewhere starts at the verse 33. And he starts with the phrase Sarvasma. Sarvasma. Sarvasma is what? Most exalted self-realized person. And that's how he starts in chapter number 30, verse number 33. He says, you are original of creation. And one of the points which is mentioned in today's purport as well in few previous verses is Kutastata. Kutastaya. Kutastaya means not affected by changes, 6 kind of changes which happens, or 6 kind of transformation which happens in the spiritual world. Then with continuation he says, Lord Shiva talks about the universal forms. He talks about the you are the death, you are the karma. Then he expressed the desire that request to see the form which devotee sees. Rupam Priyatamam Swanam. So he says that in verse number 44, saying that show me the form which devotees want to see, not like Vishwarupa. No, you can't hear it. Probably I'll talk louder. Is that better? Okay. So request to see the form of the devotee, which is Rupam Priyatamam Swanam. Swanam means what? There is a very difference between the Swanam and Shwanam. If you say that Shwanam means dogs. And Swanam means the exalted devotees, or the Swana, which is the Rajahamsa. So it's a very subtle pronunciation difference. If the Saraswati is not helping you, you will end up asking for something very different. So if you say Shwanam, that means like a dog. But Swanam means the swan-like personality. Then he also continues with the explanation of how the Lord looks, how the appearance of the Lord is. And he says, Sniktha Pravanghana Shama. That means he is beautiful like a rain cloud. And then he continues with it, how his smile is there. So Lord Shiva starts with the obeisances. So if you see the few verses at the top where he starts glorifying the Lord, you will see that he is saying obeisances to you, Lord, at the end of every verse. So he starts with that. And then he starts with the glorification of the Lord, like how the Lord looks. So he's like a rain cloud. He's got the Kaustubha Mani. He's got the Srivatsa and so on and so forth. Even he says that he's got the abdomen with the 3 ripples. And whenever he breathes in and breathes out, these ripples look so beautiful. I can't imagine that, especially Three ripples? Okay. I've never seen that explanation before. Then he explains the lotus feet of the Lord, it is like a petal, like a lotus. And then he goes on and then he explains that Aham Brahmasmi, the people who understand or want to follow Aham Brahmasmi, how difficult it is for them to attain Supreme Personality of Godhead. And then the next sloka he explains that Ekanta Bhaktya. Ekanta Bhaktya means what? Devotional service is only can satisfy you. So Lord does not get satisfied with anything else. We always say that Patram Pushpam Phalam Toyam, you say satisfied and give me prasadam back, I can eat and finish. But that's not what Lord wants. Lord wants is his devotional service. We have to offer that with the devotion. And that is what it says in Bhagavad Gita. Then he continues on for the few verses later on. He says, Shranardhanapi. So he says, give me association of devotees for the kshana. Kshana means Shranardhanapi. So even for a fraction of seconds, I would like to have the association of the devotees. So that is what who is asking this? Lord Shiva. We want the association of Lord Shiva. That will be very great for us. But he himself is asking that, please give me association of exalted devotees. So how humbly he is presenting himself to the Lord. Then that is what he says in the he says Satsanga Anugraha. Satsanga Gamo Anugraha. Anugraha means what? Beg your Lordship to bless me by the association of your devotees. So bless me with the association of devotees. How humbly more Lord Shiva can be. He's saying that bless me with it. So he's requesting Lord. And then, which also comes into the purport, which we will see as well, Bahirartha Vibramaha. Bahirartha means external energy. Vibrama means bewilderment. So he says that the Lord, why he wants the association of the devotees of the Lord? Because they are not bewildered by the external energy of the Lord. Bahirartha Vibramam, which is the external energy of the Lord. Tattvam Brahma Param. That is, he says that you are also impersonal Brahman. So Lord is saying that impersonal Brahman. So that is in verse number 60, which we sort of looked into it yesterday. Now, Lord continues to explain Lord Shiva actually asks for the explanation of he focuses on the external energy of the Lord. So I was actually thinking, like there are some philosophies which are there, always there, which can be categorized into three parts. One is generally called as a metaphysics. Metaphysics means tattva mimamsa. You must have heard this word, tattva mimamsa. So tattva mimamsa means what? Okay, the atom is there. Okay, the atom is there. Then the nucleus is there. Then there are electrons and protons. And you can go on asking, what is next? What is next? So at some point, what is next? The physics ends. And then the metaphysics starts. So where that metaphysics ends, that's where the tattva mimamsa. What is the core energy of it? So that is the tattva mimamsa. The main part of it, which is a cosmology, which is also Brahmanda Vijnana or Brahma Mimamsa. So that under the metaphysics, the cosmology is the one part. Then there is a theology, which is Dharma Shastra. Dharma Shastra, which is Ishwar Mimamsa. Within Ishwar Mimamsa also there are certain classes. Is Ishwar inside the creation? Is it outside the creation? Is it within us? It is outside us. If he's inside us, how is he creating us? If he's inside the creation, how is he creating this? If he's outside the creation, is it separated? So on and so forth. So, like you must have heard the words of diatheism, then pantheism and panentheism, which is Daivatvavad, Deva Puja and Sarveshwaravad. So everything is equal. You are God, I am God, everyone is God, like that. So some philosophies go like that. And one philosophy I heard which was in my office, one of my colleagues, he said, once you give up all your desires, you can become God. I said, okay, yeah. But giving up desire itself is a desire. How do you encounter? No, that is not desire. You can become God by like that. So he said, no, you give up all your desire, you can become God. You are God yourself, you are forgotten that you are God. Okay, I said, okay, we'll continue to work together. So, and then third sort of branch which we can say for the metaphysics is psychology, which is manovijnana or atmavidya, which talks about the consciousness, which we are all trying to be Krishna conscious. So Prabhupada has used that word, Krishna consciousness. So we are all trying to be conscious. Then there is another branch parallel to the philosophy, which is the epistemology, which is Jnana Mimamsa. Within Jnana Mimamsa is like, then how do we actually acquire the knowledge? Pratyaksha Praman, then Anuman Praman and Shabda Praman, and which we all are abide by Shabda Praman. We take the Shabda of the scriptures, Sadhu, Shastra and Guru. Okay. So we are abide by the Shabda. We always ask where it is written, show me the reference, who has written it and how it is being interpreted, otherwise we don't accept it. Correct? So that is our philosophy. Prabhupada says where it is written. Always ask, what is the reference? Otherwise it has no, otherwise I can speculate anything and then that can become Shastra. But that is not the case. The other one which is we all are very familiar with is eximology, which is Mulya Mimamsa, which the one part of it is an ethics. We always talk about the niti, whether I should do this, whether I should do not this is okay or this is not okay, whether I should sit inside the temple with my folded legs or stretched legs or whatever, whether I should talk to someone with harsh words, niti, and whether I should work ethics also come within that. And then there is one more Shastra, which is Saundarya Shastra, which is ethistics, comes into the eximology as well, mulya, because they say, what they say? The beauty lies into the eyes of the beholder. That means the beauty changes for everyone. Where you have grown, your idea of beauty keeps changing. Someone who has never seen a rose, he will not find a rose is very, very attractive. But someone who has lived in a forest, he will find any simple flower will be very attractive to him. So it depends on how you actually grow up and how you have seen certain things, and that decides your. On top of that, which is not mentioned into the purport, but there are main energies of the Lord, which are there, internal energy, which is the Parashakti. Then there is a marginal energy, which is, we all talk about the Kshetrajna Yoga, which is there. And then there is an external energy, which is the Avidya, which we all see around Avidya. Avidya is the one which is what we say in our Jnananjana Shalakaya, which means by Jnana Anjana, by getting the knowledge, Jnana Anjana, which means the ointment of the knowledge, we get the vision of seeing the Lord. So that is what what actually gets over the avidya. So if we want to get over the avidya, we need to acquire more and more knowledge about it. Then on top of that, the Lord has got three original energies: Samvit, Sannidhi, and Ladini Shakti. And these are the ones which are Ladini Shakti is the one which is giving him the most pleasure. Ladini means the pleasure potency of the Lord. Now, what we have seen into the purport as well, where Prabhupada says that it is very difficult to see the energy of the Lord, especially the hand of Maya. We always think that once I chant 16 rounds, attend the morning program, I'm covered. The Maya cannot touch me. Isn't it? That's a general notation we have. I'm following what I've been told to the strict of the rules, and that means I'm covered. But once you think like that, you are already into the Maya. Correct? So when we say that I'm covered, this is what Prabhupada always used to say, that we are not fearful of Maya enough. How Maya can act, we don't know. Where it will come through, what form it will come, and how it will be bewildered, we don't know. It may come through our WhatsApp chat. It may come through our emails. What we call is now cyber security. They say suspicious links. We don't know that suspicious links. We say it's phishing links. We always trust them, click them, takes us away, and we are into the Maya. We don't know how quickly 1 hour is gone, because the one video link someone sends, we keep looking at that reel, and then there is something new pop-up comes. We keep looking at it. Oh, 9 o'clock done. Like 1 hour is gone straight away. Easy. So we don't know how this Maya comes, and we always say, no, I will only watch this with a trusted link, and then gone. Many people have actually lost a lot of money because of this special, like links through their trusted, trusted sources. So someone pretend their friend, they send him a link. Oh, it must be from my friend. Click, your bank account is empty. So that is what it is happening. So Bhagavatam can teach you about the cyber security as well. Okay. Now, in Laghu Bhagavatam, Lord is saying that how difficult it is to see the spiritual energy. I like one particular sentence which is there. It says Drishyata. Drishyata means revealing. Unless and until Lord reveals himself, we cannot see it. And then there is one particular word which is there. It says Swa Yoga Maya Balam Drishyata. But the sentence which is there is very, very significant, and I wrote it down. Even the slightest fragrance of which is not manifested even in the highest of the material world. Slightest of the fragrance is not manifested into the highest realm or highest planets of the spiritual material world. So we don't know that energy at all, to be honest. And we can go on, which will see the Brahma Vimohan Leela. The topmost planet is Brahmaloka. And he also got bewildered. So we'll see that in our further. Then Lord continues on in I think it's 7th chapter. It's in 15th chapter. Sarvasya chaham hridisannivishto mattasmrtir jnanam upohanam cha vedesha sarveraham vedya vedyo vedanta krit veda videchaham. So, sarvasya chaham hridisannivishto. I am into everyone's heart. And that he wants to reveal that energy, then only he will reveal. That's why it is called as a reveal knowledge. We all can sit together and chant or read Bhagavad Gita, read Shastras, but everyone's understanding will be different based on how much we are surrendered to the Lord, how much we acknowledge the Paramatma in our heart, how much we have turned towards the Paramatma, then he will reveal that much knowledge. So more we surrender to it, more he will reveal, like that. Then when we know that we can conceive of nothing else unless we attain the level of spiritual realizations, when we can start to perceive what is beyond our mind and senses. So when we will start that I'm the foolish number one, then only we will start to understand the Lord. That is also called as a Tattva Mimamsa. I think I heard this from one of the disciples of one of the Vaishnavas. He says he has read the whole Srimad Bhagavatam several times, and he was asked a question that, what do you understand from reading the Srimad Bhagavatam so many times? And that Vaishnava's answer was, I am foolish number one. So that is his answer, that I am foolish number one after reading Srimad Bhagavatam. If I read Srimad Bhagavatam, I'll write an email to Guru Maharaj. I read Srimad Bhagavatam once, done. Bhagavad Gita, done. We go for book distribution. Oh, Bhagavad Gita, I have it. You read it? Yeah, I've done it. I've finished. Done. Tell me something more if you got. Srimad Bhagavatam, no, I don't have space for that many 11 books. So this is what our situation. So once we read, and then I keep on going and say that there is someone who is reading Srimad Bhagavatam for the last 50 years and they still find something new. So I would request you to still read Srimad Bhagavatam and Bhagavad Gita along with together, so that you go to the postgraduate study. But it is very interesting to get the replies of people when we go for book distribution. It is very nice to hear them, and then we also get the realization. Is the Lord who sends them to make us realize that I've finished Bhagavad Gita, but I should read more as well. So it is for us as well. Then we have talked about the 6 transformation, and very simply, we all know there are these energies of the Lord, which is Bhumi Rapo Nalo Vayu Kam Mano Buddhi Revacha Ahankara Miti Yamme Binna Prakriti. These are the 8 type of energies which are there. We can deal with somehow maybe material energies, but how do we deal with the ahankara, ego? The more we deal with it, more we fuel it, isn't it? More we try to be humble. We are proud that we are humble as well. So yeah, I'm humble. Nobody else is humbler than me in the temple. So that is what our situation. Sometimes also it gets, I'm the biggest book distributor. When we go to the book distribution, someone takes a book from us, we write it into our account. Yeah, I've done 10. But to get to that point where he will accept that book, we don't see the 100 hands who have cultivated or make that person mature to get the book. You are just hitting the last nail in the coffin. But who has built the coffin? We forget about that. We just proudly write 10 books. Write an email to Guru Maharaj, 10 books, Guru Maharaj, 100 books this year, whatever it may be the case. It still gives pleasure to Guru Maharaj, so don't stop writing the emails. But what I mean to say is, we are so quick to grab the success, fruit of success. Yeah, this is what I've done. One day, if we don't distribute any books, then we go, Guru Maharaj, I've tried my best, but no scores today, 0. Please send some more mercy. As if that means it's not my fault. That's what it means actually. It's not my fault. It's you didn't send enough mercy. My score is 0 because of you. It's success, it's me. I'm writing. So that is what it says. Even in the next verse it says, Apare me iti svanya prakriti vidhi me param jiva bhuta mahavaho yayedam dhareteja. There are another superior energy of mind which comprises of living entities. So we are marginal energies. So we were talking about the energies of the Lord. So we are marginal. Marginal means we can be spiritual, we can be material. But most of the time we are material. And we are always into the group where it benefits us. When we come to the spiritual, then we say, yeah, it is all good. Then we try to behave nice. As soon as we go out, WhatsApp chat, this is what happened to me in the temple. He behaved me like that. All of a sudden, as soon as we go out of the temple, the group chat picks up. So sometimes some Vaishnavas actually say that we come to the temple for spiritual entertainment. So rather than going somewhere material entertainment, we say, no, I'm not interested in material entertainment. No birthday parties, no here. But when the cake get distributed, I'm the first in the queue. Okay, so spiritual entertainment and material entertainment. We just pretend to be nice. That is the form of material energy. And this is the bewilderment I'm talking about. I'm also talking about myself, so don't get that I'm pointing fingers at you. So etad yoni nibhutani sarvani trupadharaya aham krishnasya jagata prabhava pralayastata. All created beings have their source of the two natures of all that is material and all that is spiritual in this world. Know for certain that I am both the origin and the dissolution. That means he has created that energy and he is away from that energy. So the philosophy which talks that Lord is inside and only inside. There was one person during the book distribution I encountered. He says, everything is within. Why to go outside? I said, if it is within, why it can't be outside? So if it is within, everything outside is not created by God. If it is everything outside is created by God, that means he is outside as well. Then if he is within you, why it can't be into the deity form as well? And Lord has mercifully appeared as a deity in the form of wood, stone, or whatever it may be. But it is a form which is authorized. So that's the difference between the deity and the, what they call, I forgot the name. Sorry? Statue. Statue or the deity. Yeah. What's the difference between the statue and the deity is that because when the first deities of Krishna was created, who has seen Krishna at that time? That particular Vaishnava has told, no, he looks like that, his smile is like that, his eyes are like that. So they are being carved as per the specification given. I would say the engineering specification given. Otherwise, I can create my own idols. Sorry, the word I was looking for, idols. So I can create my own idols, isn't it? But the deities is the one which is carved as per the Shastra, as per the descriptions of the Shastras. Ye chaiva satvika bhava rajasas tamasasche matta eva tittan viddhi natvam hetu metai. So Rajika, Satvika and Rajas, Tamas and Sattva Guna, we all talked about. Prabhu was, I think Sagar Prabhu was talking about it one day before. So he has explained that we always think that when we are in the temple that we are in the mode of goodness, but only for the moment. But we are still touched by the mode of passion and ignorance as well. When we are even attending the morning programs, we want to go from sattva to shuddha sattva. And this is also, we have to go from shuddha sattva to sattva, we need the help of the Lord. So Srila Prabhupada has given us this morning program so that we follow and use the sattva guna as a springboard to go to the shuddha sattva. Like a diving board, How many of you have done a diving? So if you go to the highest floor, you don't need a springboard, you can just drop. But when you are at the lowest point, you need the springboard so you can jump up and make the aerobatic positions and dive down. So when we are at the Shuddha Sattva Guna, we need that springboard to jump to go to the Shuddha Sattva. But Shuddha Sattva is like, I made it. As soon as we say, I made it, we go into the water. That's it. Boom. And start again. Okay. So it is very difficult to come over the Maya. It just does not take very long time to go back into the Maya. It is very, very simple. Sometimes I get fond of the, space and all that. This is what I always talk about. Many a times I've spoken about is, if you see the spacecraft which goes up, it has got 2 solid boosters and has got a fuel tank. It goes up. It needs the energy from the gravity to grow up, against the gravity to go up. That means to get out of the Maya, we need a lot of energy to go. And those who are from the sort of good mathematical brain, they can calculate this. 1 kilo to put in the space, we need, for example, 1 kilo of fuel, 1 liter of fuel. But 2 kilo does not take 2 kilo of fuel. It takes exponentially more because now the weight of the fuel also gets added. So we need a lot of fuel to go up in the space. But how many of you know that when the spacecraft comes down to the earth, it does not have a single, not much of a fuel in it. It does not have the engines, the fired engines. It just drops and it lands. It just glides. So you see that spacecraft which is coming down, it lands without any engine. What does that mean? To come from the spiritual world to material world, it's easy. You just dive down. But from material world to go up, you need to push against the gravity, which is the Maya, which is the ego. The biggest is the ego. And so if we take 1 kilo of ego, 1 kilo to put into the space, we need that much energy, but that means now we have 2 kilo which needs to push up. So how much energy and how much efforts we need to put to get out of the spiritual world can be solved by the space science as well. That much amount of energy we need to put in to go back into the space again. Okay, all right, I have to sort of start. This is the what we have promised to talk about is the Brahma Vimohan Leela. So Lord Brahma stole the calves and the cowboys when Lord Krishna was looking for them, and then he was having meal with them. He put them in Yoga Nidra. He comes back to see how Lord is bewildered or not, what Lord is doing. When he actually saw the Lord that he's not only eating the remnants along with the cowherd boys, he is actually taking half of from their mouth as well. He's stealing from their mouth and eating. He says, he cannot be my supreme personality of Godhead. Let me test. So he steals all the cows, put them in Yoga Nidra, comes back, they're still there. He does it a couple of times. So 1 year is gone between. And then when Lord reveals his true nature, then he says one verse, one line which is I actually got attracted to. He says, Kvava katham va kativa kadeti vistarayan kridasi yoga mayam. So what can I say about your yoga maya? He says that vistarayan sa kridasi. Vistarayan will say expand, and you play with it. Kridasi means play. Those who are coming from the cricketing background, you have only one ball and a seam. But you kridasi means you actually bewilder the batsman by in-swing, out-swing. You use the wind or what they call as a breeze. You use the pitch. So all this is all material energy. There's only one ball. But you can bewilder the batsman so much that you get him out. So Kridayan means you play with it. And who you play with it? You expand this yoga maya and you play with it. And you have bewildered me. Kvava katham va kathi. So anytime you can, it's not necessary that you should be meditating, then only yoga maya is under your control. No, it is not. Just the blink of an eyebrow, you can destroy this material world. And that is your potency. So in that way, if Lord Brahma can get bewildered by the yoga maya, what is our situation? Our situation is the situation that we best surrender to the Lord and enjoy his krida. Krida means pastimes. The more we enjoy the pastimes, the more we will get attracted towards the Lord. Then we don't have to worry about the yoga maya. If we start worrying about the yoga maya, how I get over the yoga maya, we'll never get back to the more we get attracted. And that's why the Srimad Bhagavatam is there. If we see Krishna book, there are 90 pastimes of Krishna, 90 leelas which are mentioned into the Krishna book in Srimad Bhagavatam, which are done in Govardhan leelas, sorry, not Govardhan, Vrindavan leelas. So if we just read that, then only we get attracted towards the Kridaya nature, how he bewilders Yogamaya, how he bewilders us with the Yogamaya and how he uses his Maya to enjoy. That way we are. So to get that, we always do the Satatam Kirtayanto Mam Yatantrasya Drudavrata Namantasya Mam Bhaktya Nitya Yukta Upasate. Nitya Yukta Upasate. Always Satatam Kirtayanto Mam. 16 round of chanting done, Japmala to the wall, that's it. Now I'm free. What Prabhupada once said, once he finished his 16 round, he pulled his last bead down for the 16 round. Probably he was doing 64 rounds, but he says, now I can do any damn thing. So we are in that position, 16 round done, now I can do any damn thing. What's next? Where is Prasadam or whatever? So that is our situation. I will probably skip. I want to talk about the Yat Bheda Buddhi, which is into the shloka as well. Bheda Buddhi means what? The power of differentiation. So how do we differentiate? So if we have the sense of differentiation, then we see that we are different from the Lord, fundamental difference between me and the Lord. Then we see the material body, and then which leads us to the egoism. This is my body. My body means what? When we see our body into the mirror, what does that mean? First thing is we see that how beautiful I look. But one Vaishnava actually said that what you are seeing in the mirror is the result of your past karmas. Isn't it? But we say, it's how attractive it is. And then we don't realize that by our current activities, we are designing our next body. We are carving our next body. So when we are carving our next body means what? We will look more beautiful or ugly when we look into the mirror. We don't know that. So that is what and we are very proud of that, how beautiful I look, how more beautiful I can look, like that. We are always thinking about it. How I put my tilak, it should be very straight line, it shouldn't be here and there. The tulsi bead should be very nice. People should take me as a standard for how Vaishnava should dress. When we look into the mirror, this is what it is going in our. We are not thinking, oh, this is the chandan which is being touched by the gopis, I'm holding it on my head. The tulsi bead is there. Not like that. How beautiful I can look. Is it my tilak is straight? That is the main aim when we decorate our body. It's the word decorate is there, isn't it? But the Vaishnava, the true Vaishnava, when he decorates the body, his consciousness is different. When we decorate the body, our consciousness. So it is very important to get over the egoism. Very important. Then this Bheda Buddhi can also become an obstacle to spiritual realization. So Bheda Buddhi, what happens is, prevents person from realizing their true spiritual nature. So Swabhava, what is our true Swabhava? That I am the servant of the Lord. We forget that. We come here. Yesterday I went for book distribution. You didn't send anyone. We have a list of complaints. I'm going now to the book distribution. Please send someone. I don't stand like an idiot there. I'm standing in the sun, taking some little prasadam. What you're doing? Please send someone. My mortgage is too high. We have the list to fulfill. And then such and such devotee. Why did you send to Sydney Yatra? Send in somewhere else. Like that. Or some services. I'm the only one who is doing it. Nobody else supports me. All these things we have the complaints. It is not. I won't say stop complaining, because Lord also likes to hear those complaints. And if you are in a certain grief, it is good to ask for the help from the Lord. But mainly our complaints are based on ego. That why it is only happening with me? Am I not a good devotee? So that spiritual realizations doesn't happen. And we don't realize that this is also a result of our past karmas. Our Guru Maharaj said that very nice thing, which I always remember, is time delivers the results of your past karmas. So time always has the results of your past karmas in his arsenal. To shoot at you that result, he decides when to give you that result. So such and such person is not behaving with me nicely. That means it's coming from the back. It's coming from the past. Or maybe he's creating his own karma. We don't know. But time is delivering that to you. So it is very important to understand how we carve our next body. But we don't want to carve our next body. We want to carve our spiritual body, or get rid of this material body. So what are the activities we need to do to carve our spiritual body? That is what we need to. The Mahabhagavata, which is a Savara Jangamam Dekhe, Na Dekhe Taramurti, Sarvatra Haya Nija Ishta Deva Spurti. So we always see that is what my property, that is what my caste. Savara Jangama Dekhe, Na Dekhe Taramurti. So we always don't see the spiritual side of the Lord. We see what has Lord given to me. He has given me a beautiful family, beautiful car, beautiful house, and I'm covered. That's it. But Sarvatra Haya Nija Ishta Deva Spurti. Your spiritual energy is everywhere. But I am blind. That's why we said Jnana Anjana Shalakaya. We need that Jnana Anjana to see that spiritual energy which is all around us. We can't see it. As I said, many times I read about this space thing. So they talk about this dark energy. Dark energy means what? The energy which does not reflect light. That's what we can't see it. Anything which does not reflect light, we can't see it. So in the same way, spiritual energy is there, but it does not. We don't have ability to see it. That's it. That means we can't see it. We have to put the ointment of knowledge in our eyes so that we can see it. So That's what the Bhagavad Gita also says about the Vidya Vinaya Sampanne Brahmane Gavyastini Shuni Chaiva Sapakecha Pandita Samadarshina. So then we will see everyone as equal. Vidya Vinaya Sampanne. Vidya and Vinaya. Vinaya means what? Huh? Humility. Yeah, humility. So Vinaya means humility. I will stop here by quoting one of the pastimes of His Holiness Radha Maharaj. His Vyas Puja is today. This is what I heard from one of his disciples. One disciple went to Maharaj and bowed down, and he says, Maharaj, please bless me that I remain humble. And Maharaj says, first become humble. So that is our position, at least I would say for myself, that I want Maharaj to bless me that I remain humble. But Maharaj said, first become humble. How he sees the things is very different than what we see. So I will stop here for today. So coming back to the verse, we can all read this, and it's a very beautiful purport. I would request all of you to meditate on the purport again. Srila Prabhupada ki jai. Any questions? Oh, jai. I hope it's not any difficult one. Yes. Hmm. Hmm. Probably I'm not very far away from you, because I'm also like you. Before the exam, night study, pour it out in the exam, forget it. So what I written, I also don't know. So that is what my material situation is. I can't remember it. But what I would request is, this is how I see it. When we read about one shloka or something, try to see one message in that purport which we can sort of try to implement in our life. So many Guru Maharaj has given so many classes, and I always try to hear the class, but I don't remember it. But I try to see what he has said which attracted me, and then try to implement that in our life, this life maybe. Maybe it will take me 100 lives to implement that particular one thing. And if, as Prabhupada says, that I am following my instruction of my Guru Maharaj, and that is the instruction you focus on, try to implement, and then such and such way you can sort of purify yourself, which will allow you to sort of not just remember, but it will get revealed when you will start talking. Because I personally think that I just try to put my efforts to speak about the class, but everything which is, once I put it in my behavior, then it will come out naturally in my talk. Because how I behave, I will talk. Then that's why what we call is the acharya. Their acharan, which we see, and then what they speak, they follow. So we start doing that, then we will speak the same way. I don't think I will memorize the 16,000 verses anyhow. I'll not remember all the details of the sloka. But what is the essence of that entire paragraph? If we focus on that, this is how I'm at least focusing myself to remember. My wife is many a times good. She remembers the details of this is what I mean. If I said, what's the essence of it? Then we discuss, and then I will not speak more about it. So we discuss, and then we never end to any conclusion. So, That is what happens. But, that's my 2 cents worth. Any other corrections? No? Okay. Thank you very much. Srila Prabhupada ki jai.